Welcome, board game soloists, to Top Solo Games. I'm Jalen Riker, horror author and solo board game fanatic, and today we are looking at an early sneak peek playthrough of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I'm really excited to have been given the opportunity by Steamforged Games to get a copy of this, a pre-production copy of this, get it early, and do a playthrough for you guys. You know that I'm a huge Monster Hunter video game fan, but I did not get the original Monster Hunter World. I did, however, back this one after playing Dark Souls and experiencing the Steamforged game node system and really enjoying it. So I've been playing Monster Hunter World. This is my fourth game of it. I'm really liking it. I have never faced this monster before. So this playthrough could be rough. The good part is you're gonna watch me develop strategies and tactics on the fly, and I'm gonna try to, you know, tell what I'm thinking. The bad part is that it's gonna slow things down, and I am already a very slow player. One thing you'll notice is that this game stretches my board game setup to its absolute limit. And so I'm not going to be able to see my camera the entire time that I'm doing this. So please bear with me. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. And after this, I'm hoping to get a early review, like not a first impression, because I've been playing it and like watching playthroughs and then reading the rule book and then playing it for the past week. So I wouldn't say it's a first impression, but just an early review of this game and my thoughts on it. But let's go ahead and get to the playthrough. We're going to be facing Beatotus, a Piscine wyvern. He's like a land fish. Actually, he seems to swim through the snow as well. Here's his information. He's got 4 parts that can be attacked that correlate to his 4 quadrants, and they can be broken, which allows you to get more resources from them and allows also for you to get benefits, some benefits during the game. Each part has its own benefit when broken. I am not going to walk through these. Typically start with a choose your own adventure little chapter. I don't want to read that to you. I think that this place is just going to be long enough without me reading it. I choose your own adventure. It's very simple. I actually am not big, you know this if you watch my channel, on narrative games, and I think that the choose your own adventure here strikes a really good balance. It's fun, a fun way to get the resources, do the resource gathering that you need before the fight, but it's not enough that it's heavy and like that it feels like it's the game. It feels like a mini game that you play before you get into the game. Okay, so in Monster Hunter Worlds, Monster goes first. So he gets, just a little bit about this fella, he gets benefits from swimming through snow. When he goes into a snow place, he will submerge. He will then, his next turn, and that gives him armor because he's down under the snow. In his next turn, he will pop up and he will have, be doing ice damage. That's bad because I have a character who's my tank, so I'm playing Sword and Shield fella here, and he's my tank. Um, and I've got my Great Sword fellow here, and he is who I attack with. Well, he can't tank ice damage. His armor is not built for that. We'll see how this goes. Adjustments are going to have to be made is the moral of the story. So let's see what this bad guy does. What I want to show you here is something that I absolutely love. It's kind of, so I own Oathsworn, Primal, The Awakening, and Dark Souls along with this. Now, Dark Souls, like the way that they try to mimic like memorizing the patterns is that just that their deck stays in the same order, and you're supposed to memorize the order that the cards come out to have a memory of like where they're going and where they're going to attack, where it's going to be safe, where's the right place to ambush them. That doesn't work for me. I have a terrible memory. So when I'm playing Dark Souls, I'm just flying blind throughout the fight. Now, Primal and Oathsworn let you see what the next attack is going to be. And you can plan that, therefore, especially with Primal, you can plan it pretty deterministically. You don't know certain values that like you're going to have to dodge, but you can plan it pretty deterministically. This is a cool balance. Now you don't. So this means that the attack is going to be with the tail, and that this beast is going to attack the nearest person, and ties go to the one with the highest threat. My Sword and Shield fella has the highest threat, but that can switch through the pull of a time card over here, which you'll see. But what I like about this is it does allow you to plan, and it allows you. It is similar to in Monster Hunter. You have to know the tells of these monsters because they're so much bigger and more powerful than you in the video game and in the board game. And this lets you, this is like a manifestation of your experience as a hunter hunting these beasts, that you can tell, they have certain tells, you can guess from their behavior what they're going to do next. So we know that it is going to be attacking the nearest. That's why I placed him on that's one node near this spawn point, and that it's going to be a tail attack. Okay, sliding spin. So this means that it is against the nearest, that it's an ice based attack, which I have like no armor against. That it has a range of 1, it has a dodge, you have to pay 3 agility to dodge it, and that it's going to be in his left and hind quarters, which is interesting because that means that he is not going to hit, because he's going to go head first at the hunter. Okay, well, let's see how this plays out. So he's going to turn to the hunter. He's going to go 1, 2. Now, they don't stop when they hit you. It's just like in Monster Hunter, where you've got these giant beasts just barreling around, knocking you all over the place. He doesn't, and this actually, so I like Primal, that I like the way that you just move around the quarters of the monster, because a lot of times in Monster Hunter that is what you're doing. But it is really cool also to have this more multi-dimensional movement, because of how you get shoved around the board, and because you can direct the monster to some degree. So if I move, you can move anywhere within its front arc, which currently means these 3. You can see the arrows on the base provide the arc. So I like jump out of the way. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's one thing you gotta pay attention to when sliding. And let's say I jump here. Then I can jump. He's gonna then make his third move on here, and I can jump here. That helps me keep him out of the snow, which gives him, his bonus powers. It brings him right into contact with my great swordsman. Now, the only problem is that they are then stacked on top of each other, but this attack is in the rear. I am going to move here, which means he's going to take his third move here. And I am going to move here because, actually, I'm going to move here. You don't want to have to dodge from snow, but I'm not going to have to because the attack is going to be in the rear quarter. Otherwise, I would try to put him somewhere that wasn't, like, I guess I could have put him there. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay. As long as you're in this front arc. And so then he's going to turn this way, and he's going to attack in his as you can see here, his left quadrant and his rear quadrant. So over here, which does nothing, and back here, which does nothing. Now, if I had somehow moved my guy over here, even though he might have avoided the attack, this guy might have gotten hit if he ended up being in his left quadrant. So the positioning puzzle is one of the things that I enjoy most about Monster Hunter. I'm sorry for going so deep into this. This playthrough is literally going to be like 3 hours long. I might run out of batteries. Now I can decide who I want to go first. This means that there are actually 3 attacks. We get 3 attacks before he moves next, and that each of those can play 2 cards. Usually I'm accustomed to a character having to have used their attacks to dodge, but because this, which would be done by placing the amount of points of the dodge value, which is 3 points worth of agility face down. But his attack was impotent, so now I gotta decide who is gonna attack him. There are 3 attacks, and I can, if I were to go with him, then that character would flip over, and that would mean that one would need to go next. Then both of them would flip over, so that basically every character has to go before another one can go again. But at that point, this one wouldn't have to go. I could choose between the 2. I don't know if it matters, so I'm going to go with my sword and shield attacking first. Let's see, I don't need to move at all. So here are these slinger shots I can do from 1 space away, which is nice, and I can get rid of them. I can get them off my board after I use them. They count towards my card total, but then they don't clog up my board, which is like your stamina meter. Okay, so I'm going to do a chop. That's one of my best dodge cards, but I'm going to do that. And then that means that I get to draw 2 cards worth of damage. So instead of rolling a dice, you build a damage deck. Okay, it's 3 points of damage. I'm doing it to the head, which has 1 point of armor, so I do 2 points of damage. So 2 points of damage with 1 card. Let's see what we have next. We can play 2 cards before it gets passed off. I'm going to do a shield bash to apply the first half of a stun. So it takes 2 tokens, according to this chart right here, it takes 2 tokens to stun him, which makes his attack very easy to dodge. Then 1 card of damage, it's a 1, so it does 1 point of damage. It can't be dropped lower than 1, even though he has 1 armor. Okay, so just to show you what I was talking about, there are a lot of icons to have to remember. It's got this thing in the back. First, I do wish it was on the back page, like this one, maybe, but or at least a repeat of it, or maybe a small version of all these. And it doesn't have what these actually do. I guess it would be hard to fit everything on if they did that. But keep that. I usually keep the book open to this because it does give you some extra ability to interpret what's going on. So once he submerges into snow, his attacks gain the attack arc of 360 degrees. So that's why this sliding spin doesn't make much sense. I think that it's in just the rear, is that right now it's easy to miss. But if he gets covered in snow, the attack is going to, and ice and snow, the attack is going to be 360 degrees, at which point it will not be at all easy to avoid. Okay, so that was his turn. Geyser, your hunter moves 1, 2, or 3 nodes and can't end their movement on the node they started on. So there's been an eruption in the ice and he has to move. And I guess I'll move there. So sometimes they affect everyone. This time it's just the hunter that just went. So now I go down this little hunter reference and see everything I have to do. I have to draw and resolve 1 time card. I can discard 1 face up attack or 2 face down attack cards. I can discard any number of attacks from my hand. And I think I am going to get rid of one of these slinger shots. And then draw up to 5. Okay, so I have 1 with 2 agility. That's nice for when I have to dodge. I'm definitely not going to use that. Then flip my hunter token face down to show that I've gone, and I reduce the hunter dial the turn dial. So it started at 3, and now it's at 2. Okay, so now we'll pass it over to Great Swordsman. So this one I want to save for my 5th True Charge Slash. So it's like if you've ever played Monster Hunter, you know there's a sequence of events where and then you can charge up your Gray Sword and you can get a really heavy hit. So this would give me some extra armor, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because I don't want to charge up a slot. I'm gonna do charge up. Next card I play, it doesn't count through my total, so I can still play 2 more. And the next card I play gets a break. I'd kind of like to break the tail, but this would stun the monster. Then I'm gonna do overhead slam. So that's 1 card of damage for 1. So 1 point of damage. Great. Really chipping away there. And then 1 break token. And I'm on his right side. And this creature has the sides separated. So each one requires 5. I don't see that happening. You know what? I'm going to retcon this. I'm not going to try to break his side. And this has a good dodge value on it, so I'm going to keep it in hand. So that's 1. So I am going to use... I really don't have anything else I want to play. Okay, so I am going to just play that first, just in case. And then... So I can discard this card and get 3 extra ammo. With the Grace, you can block with the Gray Sword in the video game, which is what that's supposed to represent. So those are going to be my 2 cards. Then I'm going to discard. I'm going to discard these 2. Well, okay, wait, let's do this in the right order. So draw and resolve a time card. Paratoad, roll a die. If you roll 1 or 2, I did not. I rolled a 3, so I get a paralyzed token, and so does the monster. Great. So paralyze. If you have more than 2 attack cards in your hand, discard down to 2. Oh, well, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I've got 2. So I was going to discard these anyway. Good. Okay, that wasn't terrible. Now for the monster, that means that he has no movement on his next card. Okay, those are good, some pretty good cards. I don't really have enough space to keep, like, a lot of times I like to spread out my hands, but this is like literally right up to the edge of the table. Okay, so I get to get rid of one of these. I forgot about that. One that's face up, or 2 if they're face down. Draw cards until I have 5 in my... I discard, then draw up to 5, then flip my token upside down unless I'm the last one, which means flip all of them up. Then reduce it to the dial by 1. Okay, we're going to end with the Great Sword because the next attack is at a distance. I want him to attack the Great Swordsman, and so he has a higher threat, so he should attack the Great Swordsman anyway. But sometimes that'll flip when you pull based on a time card. So I do want to actually get him away. I think I want to hold on to the Chop, even though it's a good card, because it gives me the ability to... it gives me 2 agility in 1 slot for dodging. So this means that if I want to, I can move 1, but it has to be forward. So that's 2. Now, am I going to attack the side or am I going to attack the head? I'm going to attack the head because the head has less armor. Nice, 5. The head only has 1 armor, so it does 4 damage. That's a good draw. I figured you guys have probably seen like the introductory fight. So I wanted to show you one where these guys have a bit of extra equipment so that he's not using the base sword. Neither of them are. And this is a few fights in. Okay, so I can play 1 more card, and just for fun, I'm going to move first. And then I'm going to play my Slinger Shot, because this can be played from 2 nodes away instead of just 1. And do 1 point of damage, but this one's definitely to the side, so it gets reduced to 1. Would get reduced to nothing, but an attack always does at least 1. And then I can discard this. You may discard this card after resolving it. Okay, so that is the end of that turn. Now we resolve a time card. Discard this card. Love these. Keep hunting. Now some are good. Some of these cards are good. Some of them are bad. Probably more bad than good. I just like these neutral ones. I have my plans ready. I don't need your help. Just don't hurt me. Now I can discard one of these. I'm going to discard Lateral Slash to get it back sooner. See if there are any of these I want to get rid of. These all look fine. Draw 2 more cards. Another Slinger Shot and Clutch Claw. Yeah, so now we're down to nothing on the Hunter countdown. So let's see what the monster does. Rapid Bite. He moves 4 towards the farthest. That means the farthest. It's an attack in that lands anywhere, I believe is what that symbol means. It's sent. It just hits the attack no matter what, I think. Takes 5 to dodge. Oh, great. That's going to take like my entire hand. I'm probably going to eat this because maybe, let's see. I can block most of that with my armor set. I have defense of 4 given my armor, and that's only 7. I might eat that instead of spending all of my cards. What would that leave me with? 1, 2. I don't know. I can pretty safely get rid of 4 points of cards and still have some stuff to do, especially because I can only play 2 cards after this. Okay, so that's enough talk. He's going to move 4 towards me, and I gotta try to steer him around all of this stuff. So he's going to face towards me. 1, 2. I'm going to lead him this way because I can maybe get him to go through here. 3, 4. Geez, my Gray Swordsman now is a mile away. I wish I had my Clutch Claw, which I discarded. Okay. Anyway, so now I have to do 5. Now, yeah, I have to get rid of 5. Jeez. That will literally fill my board. It's a hard choice here, guys. Like, damage is not to be taken lightly. If I do this, I won't be able to attack. If I block it, I won't be able to attack, is the issue. And I'll feel that impact for at least another turn because I won't be able to leave enough slots to dodge properly. I don't know. I'm going to block it. Thing is, playing like this, though, is that you can run out of based on time pretty much as easily as you can die from getting knocked out too many times, which is what happens. You don't die when you run out of points, you get knocked out. Okay, so I dodged, that's what that is, and didn't take any damage. So now the Great Swordsman will go. He gets 1 free move. Just gonna avoid the snow. So notice that the next one attack is going to be on whoever is farthest away. I'm going to pay for 1 move. I'm going to go on there, and then that gets me 1 free move. A hunter on a rock node may move 1 node without placing attack cards on their stamina board. Yeah, so I can have him climb up onto this rock, and then he can jump off, is essentially what that is. Oh, wait, I've got this one, so I won't even have to pay a card. The Great Swordsman isn't very mobile, so he has very few of those, and so I kind of forget about them. This will also stun him, which will be great because it'll make his next attack have a dodge value of just 1, which means that the swordsman being so clogged up isn't going to be as big of a deal. Okay, so he gets a free move there. He's going to go there. He's attacking the side with a tackle, so he is going to stun him. You know, I'm always stunning. And then, let's see, 1. So he does 1 damage. Okay, so that's going to be his move. All of my these are only playable at the end of your turn. So I can play these; it would just end my turn. But these 2 specifically are need to be played on this 5th slot to get the most out of them. Okay, I'm going to try to break the tail. So, oh, I can't. This requires 2 of the previous action cards to have been played, and I only have. Well, okay, so I'm really getting. I can only play. No, I can only play 2 cards. So that really is it. Let's take care of this. Threat shift. All players pass their tokens. See, this is what I'm talking about. So now my Great Swordsman has the greatest threat. As long as I make sure that he is in the suboptimal range, that's the only time when threat really comes into play, is to break the tie if they're equal nodes away from the optimal range of the move. I still prefer to have the Great Swordsman be low threat, and I have my ghillie suit, which I might use to make that happen. Discard a face-up card. Discard any cards from hand. These are fine. Flip Hunter token face down unless it's the last one, then turn that one face up. Okay, so next is the Sword and Shield. He's got 1 card and no place to put it anyway, so he can move to get into long range. This is a problem now, because if I move here and he comes and pushes me from here, the only option is to go through snow, and he's going to get that. I don't think I can avoid it. If I move here, then he's close range and the tie goes to him, so he'll attack my Great Swordsman. Maybe I'll do that. I really don't want him to get that snow power. I do have plenty of dodging ability on my Great Swordsman. I think that is what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's his turn. So now he really just doesn't have anything to play. Brief Respite. You may discard 1 additional attack card from your stamina board. That's awesome. And when you get that opportunity, you make it a face-up card if at all possible, because that is the most expensive one to move. Okay, so now I can remove 2 of these. I can discard any and then draw up to a full hand of 5. Okay, got some good agility in here at least. And here's one of those guards I was talking about, so I'm probably going to play that and just leave it. Yeah, flip my Hunter's token. That's it. Okay, so Monster's turn. Let's see if he does what he said he was going to do. Yeah, he goes for the furthest, moves 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he does an attack from all these sides for 7 damage. I can dodge it for 4. That hurts. Like, these are 2 really good cards, but gotta do what you gotta do. Watch me lose this on time, running out of the time deck. Okay, so that's the end of the monster's turn. So the Great Swordsman has to go next. We have 3 attacks this time, so that's nice. Because his rock's here, it'll only take him. It won't take him any extra to move over there. Okay, so overhead slam does 1. It's down to 49 out of 60. Chipping away. And then a true charge slash, which does 4 because it's in the 5th spot. Okay, and I'm attacking head on. I'm just attacking straight up head on. I'd love to break that head in the next 2 monster turns, because then I can recycle the non-aggro deck. Okay, so 6 damage after subtracting from armor. That's a good hit. Down to 43. Okay, so he's going to go after whoever's far away again, unless I get a card that cancels that out, that would make me flip to the next card, which does happen, which is why you really shouldn't fill your board up this much and empty your hand to the point where you've got no ability to dodge, but it is what it is. So that was 1 of 3. So now we're down to 2. We want to stay close, first of all, because for attacking purposes, but second of all, because, you know what though? I'm going to move over here because I'm going to try to lead him back that way. You don't want to get caught dodging here, but I'm hoping to not. Oh, I'm going to use my ghillie suit. Also, call that out. So now until I get hit, that is a 3. Just going to put this on here to remind me of that. Okay, so sword and shield. We got to move in. The sword and shield is very mobile. He needs to get away after he attacks. I don't really see a great way to do that because of how I positioned this and to break his head. Well, I can save my move for the end, my runaway move. Okay, so advancing slash. So that gives me 2 free, but actually I only need 1. Let me see if I've got a better one for that. No. Oh, I'm supposed to have gotten rid of this one. I knew I had an extra one in here, but I couldn't find it. Okay, that card's not supposed to be in there. So I can play, how many cards? I can play 3 cards. All right, so I'm going to get my guard up for sure. Then I'm going to do an advancing slash. So this one also allowed me to move, or no, a rising advancing slash. So that breaks 2 on his head, and I can draw 2 damage cards. I'd love to get that head broken. Okay, that's 2 damage after the armor, and 2 break points on his head. I only need 1 more. And then I could start over his non-aggro deck, which would be ideal. So once he gets aggro, stuff gets a lot tougher. Rush combo. For each face-down card on your stamina board, draw an extra damage. So that would be 3. Now I still have my free movement. Not this one. This one has to be played before that, but I still have a free movement. Okay, so 3 damage to the dome and 1 break, so his head is broken. He's got 38 hit points and a broken nugget. So that means return a head behavior from the current deck or discard pile and reshuffle the pile. Take this and put it in the box. Then reshuffle the current pile, which is the non-aggro. So it's like we get 2 extra rounds of his less aggressive behavior. I don't know if that's going to actually matter because once we get down to 30, it's going to flip anyway. Okay. Anyway, it's done. And then we're going to use I'm going to use my free movement to move away. And then because he lands here, he can move away again. And that will keep him from moving through the snow. Whew! The movement puzzle of this is really fun, and what I like is that there are a bunch of different setups, so every time you face him, it's not going to be the same. This is the setup that I got from this route, but as you play, you can grind these monsters a little bit to try to find parts to make the armor and weapons that you want, and also they have 3 difficulty levels, so you have a combined total of 5 fights possible for them, and each one of those has its own starting thing in the book, and the storybook, and those will end up at different layouts, configurations for the board. It adds some cool variability. I don't care so much about the adventure. It's of course choose your own adventure part. It's fine, but I think it's fun for what the little thing that's doing. But one thing I do really like about it is the way that it adds variability by landing you on these different board setups, which can make a huge difference, as you're seeing here. Like I'm having to really think about. And I like this this farther part of the board because of those rocks give me a little bit of extra leeway. Okay, so enough yammering. Let's see what target threat shift. Okay, so I didn't need to use my ghillie suit, but that's fine. So once again, my great sword has less threat, a lot less threat, because now he's also got the ghillie suit. Okay, so that was that. I can get rid of some of these cards. Let me get rid of these because I can get rid of 2 face down cards. Oops. And sometimes when they're face down, I've been putting them in the wrong pile. It doesn't matter. You don't get a benefit from. There's no penalty for running out of your deck. This deck, there is one for running out of this deck, and that you have to use a whetstone to sharpen your weapon. Okay. But still, I prefer not to. 3 of these. Okay, let's see what this. And then I flip him back. Hold on. That last one, did this allow me to play one more round? Okay, I'm going to look at these and then because I want to remember what. Oh, wait, is that one I discarded? Okay, so I'm going to reshuffle these. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I get to go once more. I need to remember to pay attention to that. The previous guy only ever let you go twice in between his moves, at least the ones that I played. Okay, so Great Swordsman gets to go again. The Great Swordsman who I clearly forgot to do this stuff on. So, sorry about this. Pretty disorganized. Okay, so he's going to bash this guy up because the next move is a far move, which is lucky since I had to reshuffle this deck that it didn't. I mean, I guess I would have been able to use it to then this move to move him away. But that is something to think about when you break his head, is that you are resetting this deck. I can do another true charged slash. That's kind of awesome. His next attack is only going to take 1 to evade anyway. I got to remember that. There's this sort of stuff. It is hard for me to remember. Okay, so I'm going to play a brutal slash. I can draw 2 of these, and then I could draw 2 more and use them. I don't think I want to. I have a feeling that there's some good ones left in there. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack the side. See, I'm on a node that splits from which I can attack either the head or the side. Side also only has 1 armor, and I can put a break on it. So that reduces him by a further 2. And then, which side? I'm on the left side, so right here. True charged slash. Actually, maybe I won't use true charged slash. The reason I say that is because I only have 3 cards, and I could draw 3 with another brutal slash. And I can add a break token. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to draw 2, 3 and a 2. See, so now I feel more comfortable playing this as 1. So I lost the damage, but because that gets, when I draw it as an extra, it just adds 1 to the total result. But that's fine. So that was 6 damage minus 1 for the armor. So he's down to 31, which means he's like 1 hit point away from flipping out. So that halfway down, he goes to his aggro. His enraged deck. Yeah, so I definitely didn't actually need to put that back because it doesn't matter. But that's fine. So we're going to add 1 more break token to his left leg, which has 5 break tokens. Okay, so we'll never get that. Poison Cup, roll a die. If you roll 1 or 2, your hunter may dodge the Poison Cup, otherwise they suffer poison. So does the monster, but because I don't have any poison weapons and it takes 2 poison to hurt him, he's never going to get hit by poison again. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. Okay. So neither of us are poisoned. Apparently I didn't pop the Poison Cup. Great. That's actually quite brutal because you have so few hit points and not a lot of ways to heal, especially not quickly. When you play out a healing potion, it doesn't take effect until the next turn. And if you get hit during that time, that healing potion just gets discarded. Okay, anyway, which is like the game. Clearly, I know 100% what they were going for, but it is still brutal. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to draw back up to 5. And it is now the monster's turn. I know that if you've watched this, you've seen other people play this game much faster, but that's just me. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a good spot because he is accessible within 1 because of this rock to the Great Swordsman. Oh, the Great Swordsman just went, so I'm going to grab a green one, green like my ghillie suit. I use cubes to keep track of things if you are new to my channel. Usually more than the included tokens because I find them so much easier to pick up. Let's continue this. Either 7 damage or 5 to dodge. That's that killer. But remember, I've got this guard up, which adds 3, and I naturally have 4, so I can block all of that damage. And it will automatically get discarded next time, so it won't clog up my slot. So that's nice. Okay, wow, that's really good. So Swordsman needs to go next. I get 2 turns. Next one is whoever is closest, so I need to stay close on this one. I can play 2 cards. So I've got another guard up. Do I do the 1 damage to send this guy into frenzy mode? Because then I don't know what's coming up next. It's alright though, because of how the threat's laid out, even if it's a far one. I don't know if it goes, if I get to see the next deck. Oh, I should be seeing, I do get to see the next deck. These things are usually kept separate. To save space, I have them like this. But usually you get to see the enraged deck. So I'm just going to, side by side. They're played side by side instead of on top of each other. Okay, so it's a far away on the first enraged card. So I need to get away from him and then get the swordsman right up against him. But yeah, okay, that works. I really want to break his left side, but his left side's against the wall, so I don't even need to think about that. Oh, wait, I didn't need to use that. It didn't matter because it was there. But I did not utilize his stun. That's too bad. It only took 1 to dodge, not 5. Well, I guess let's get him stunned up again. 1. Big 1. And now he's enraged. Because he's at half health. So let's see what's up. Misread. During the quest monster's next turn, before drawing its behavior card, discard the top card from its behavior deck. Oh boy. Well, I'm going to get right up against him with the swordsman either way, so that ties go to... Unless I draw another one of those flip threats. Okay, so draw 1, discard. This one gets discarded automatically, and then I'm going to discard this Rising Advance Slash. I think I might have done something wrong when I built his deck. When I got him a new sword. It's okay, it shouldn't make that much of a difference, but I'm going to check that. Okay, so halfway through, except now the hard stuff starts, but first, problem is that if he does a thing that will damage the whole front arc, no, he's going to move first. Okay, so I'm going to do my free move to get in close. I don't know what he's going to do because that top card is no longer the real one. Okay, so let's try to deal a little bit of damage, I guess. Oh, I can't deal any damage. I just need to sharpen. Okay, so I hope I don't get hit. Okay, so that's it for him. Man, you can see how you can lose on time. Up to 2 hunters may move 1 node each. The problem with that is, well, let's lead him this way instead of into that corner. So they're both still 1 node from him. Okay, so gonna get rid of 1 card. I'm going to draw up to 5. I think I already did that, yeah. Then flip Philadelphia. He needs to use a whetstone too. I'm a little worried that if I retcon it and put a whetstone there, that he's gonna get hit next turn because he doesn't have enough room to dodge. But if I don't put one there, it means he wastes a whole turn. I'm gonna do it. We'll see about that. Okay, so let's see what he does. So this deck, his normal deck is gone. His enraged deck is here, and this one gets discarded. Yeah, so he's going to attack the closest. Luckily, with his tail, so he's going to move him 4 first, so they don't both get damaged. And then I can dodge it for 4. Do I have? Yes, and I do actually have the ability to dodge that. I could use this if I wanted to. But I don't, sorry, I tapped at something that I'm remembering now you can't see. I have a ghillie suit that allows you to dodge and then do extra damage when you do dodge. Which reminds me, instead of Monster Hunter World, playing the Adept style on Monster Hunter Generations. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you believe halfway through the fight, I still haven't let this guy touch snow? I am pretty proud of myself for that. But getting out of here, so where should I should go here. First of all, it allows me to attack 2 quadrants. I can position myself in anything between these 3 after he moves me. I can maybe draw him out of this corner and get him to charge me in this direction next time. Okay. So after that, 3 turns, which is cool. So the start of the turn, so return to item card supply. Okay, so I don't have to get rid of this. This is one where I don't have to. The whetstone you always have access to. That makes sense. I was like, it would really suck to lose to not having the exact amount of damage that you need, especially because it doesn't seem like you have much extra. So you return that to your supply, not to the box. The rest of them you return to the box. Okay, awesome. I shouldn't have done that because he can't go yet, but we're just going to assume he's not going to get hit before he goes because there's almost no chance that he will. Sorry about that. Yes, so there we go. That is a beautiful, oops. That's a beautiful thing. I'm still figuring this game out, you can tell. But I want to get this video out while you guys can still lay back. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, so this will let me move 2. I would really like to try to break that leg and put a stun on him, but 1, 2. Next one's going to be the closest. Hold on. I'm going to retcon this. So I'm going to have jumped back once first, which I couldn't do, so jump that direction, and then move 2. So I can then take one of these and put it in my hand. Is what this text on that card says. And then that means that for this one, I can play 1 extra damage card. So 3 instead of 2. Now his tail has 2 armor, which kind of sucks. Like, I wish I'd been able to attack from here, but should I do that so I can damage that side? I think I am going to do that because, and I'll tell you why. I still have my free move, so after everything, I can move here. The snow only hinders you in dodging. It doesn't hinder your attacking. Okay, so that means that 6 of this gets through, and it puts 2 break tokens on that. So I only need 1 more, and I can break that leg. And I reduce this by, I said, yeah, 6. Okay, that is a great move. There is this game isn't a total brain buster. Like Primal is a brain buster. This game has a good amount of depth, but because I feel like you can't deterministically plan out quite as far ahead. There's not as much planning all the way to the logical ends of these deterministic paths. But there's plenty of room here for cleverness, especially if you're playing alone, and as long as nothing has changed, you allow yourself to, draw back and retcon stuff. I don't do that if something in the game state has changed, but I will let myself retcon stuff if nothing that changes the board state has happened. I find it more fun. I mean, I like to feel clever, and I think slowly. So that's 2 cards that I played, which is the limit. Okay, so that's one of them. So let's deal with the fallout here. Threat shift, of course. Still got my ghillie suit. Have not taken damage yet. Okay, so then both of these get turned up because from the end of order steps. Okay, I can put one of these back. Of course I'm gonna go with the Rising Advance Slash. That was a great card. I think it came with my new weapon. These are all really good. So I'm not going to get rid of any of these, and I'm just going to draw 1 card. Okay. So let's go to Great Swordsman. Next is whoever is the closest and has the highest threat. Very close to being able to do a True Charge Slash, which is I keep this guy's board filled up to do True Charge Slashes, and it's one reason why I need to have somebody else tank. Okay, so I'm going to play a Wide Slash, which is 2. Oh wait, first I have to get there, right? Okay, but because he's there, his free move gets 1 extra. So he gets 1 extra when he jumps off the rock. So Wide Slash, so 2 damage there. And he is just straight up attacking the tail region. He doesn't have as much breaking ability anyway. Okay, so tail blocked 2 of that, so he does 1 big damage. Great. Let's hope that we do... Oops. What am I doing here? Let's hope that I do better, draw better with my True Charge Slash. With this one, I get to do draw 4 cards because it's in the 5th slot. It's the end of my combo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and he does 5 damage there after the armor absorbs. So down to 18. We're really chipping away. Really chipping away. Okay, so that is that. Let's see what's up here. Misread. Okay, so another misread. So we're gonna, before the monster goes, I need to remember, so I'm gonna put one right here. But that is not what he's going to do. So let's get rid of one of these. Let's... Do I need to discard anything? Nah. The Great Sword Block is tempting because it doesn't do any attacks and my guy isn't guarding that much, but if I need it and I realize that there's a good option that involves him taking the hit, then I'm going to wish that I had it. Okay, drew a couple good ones. His token gets flipped, and we're down to 1 last One last attack. Don't know whether it's going to be close or far, so I'm just going to stay where I am and assume that he's going to move us some distance away, and I'll try to guide him away from him. Because right now, he has the highest threat because my Grave Swordsman's wearing the ghillie suit. That takes his down 4 threat down to 3. Okay, anyway. We've got 2 cards, and we want to leave enough, but we want to leave enough for dodging. Which also means don't necessarily want to play like both of my... Probably keep these. That way, as long as it's a 4 or less, I'll be able to dodge it. I thought I'd played one with a stun, but I must not have. I must have reorganized. Either I forgot to put it there, but either way, it's too late to know. Oh man, you know what I can do here? I can break that leg, which will put a stun on him. That's perfect. And then I don't have to worry about dodging because his ability, he's going to be stunned, so his attack will be clumsy, and the dodge will be a 1, regardless of what it actually is. Okay, so that's 1 stun token. It takes 2 to actually stun him. And we're doing it on... Okay, so we do 1 damage, down to 17. Okay. Now we're going to... I'm going to break him. I break him. If he dies, he dies. I'm sorry that was terrible. I really am. I apologize for that. Okay, and... So I can move 2. I don't have to. And I can move them in any direction, but they have to be before the attack. Which I don't want to do, because I don't know what the next one's going to be. Also, I want to break his tail. So... Or his leg. Okay, so that does 1 more break damage, up, which does the 5 necessary. I didn't think I was going to get that. And puts another stun on him, so his next attack will be very easily dodged. And it does 1 card of damage, which comes down to 1 point. Down to 16. Okay, so that is it. I can only play 2 cards, so I couldn't do any more if I wanted to. Okay, so... Monster sleeps. No! Oh, it's so good that I broke that, because him sleeping puts back 1 break token from each body part that isn't fully broken. And he gets back 5 health. That is what will cause your time to run out, right there. We're actually not in a ton of danger of that happening, I don't think. But still, it's very frustrating. 5 points of damage, you know? I mean, you see I'm doing like 1 point at a time. Now I get rid of one of these. I really like my shield bash, want that back. I don't need that guard up. I'd rather get something for attacking or dodging. So here we just have to shuffle it up and continue drawing. There's no punishment for cycling it. The time punishment in this comes from the time deck. Like the time punishment in, say, Primal comes from whenever you cycle through, then you take damage, right? So I have 2 2-pointers, which is great for dodging. Did I do everything I needed to? I need to flip his back over. I would go through this Hunter reference every time. Okay, so he is going to attack. And it's not this one. It's whoever's farthest, and they're tied, so it's whoever has the highest threat, and it's the swordsman due to ghillie suit. As I explained, ad nauseum. Wait. Yeah. Oh my god, 10 damage. Okay. Oh, I made a mistake, and now he goes through the snow. So now he is a snow creature. So I guess I don't have to avoid the snow anymore. Okay, so this attack is huge. Okay, I'm just gonna move him up there. Keep him out of the snow to keep his defense value low. So he gets an extra point of armor right there. He doesn't have ice yet. Okay, so I have to dodge his attack. Luckily, it's not going to be the actual 5. Thank goodness, because he's stunned. It's only going to be 1. So, yikes. I don't know which one to get rid of. They're all good. Like, the backstep's not great, but first of all, it's 2 dodge, and it lets you take any other card up to your hand. Okay, so I guess a lateral slash just because I have 2 of them. So I used 1 to dodge for 1 point, and that means that I can move. I forgot about that, so we're gonna retcon this because nothing has changed. Onto the snow, and then he's gonna dodge there. Oh, wait, but then that would have taken 2. Nope. So he's gonna dodge here. We get 3 attacks. If it's just 2, I don't usually use. I wasn't using the dial, but with 3, it's a little bit much to keep up, like keep straight. At least for me. Okay, so he has 1 extra point of armor, which means that attacking his tail is just not viable. Like 3 points of armor just does not work. So I need to get over there with him. And he can only do 1 attack anyway. Oh, jumping slash, played in the 5th. Automatically played onto the 5th because I never have anything else open. And he could actually move 1 more if he wanted to. Or I can use the free move. Yeah, I'm going to use the free move to get away from him since it's going to attack the closest. Okay. So let's see. Draw 2 cards. Break something a little bit. I guess his tail. No, because I'm not attacking his tail. I'm going to attack his side so I have 1 less damage. 1, 2, or 1 less armor to deal with. Yeah, so he blocked 2 of that, which is the 2 armor from this. So I actually could have just done it, but I'm not going to retcon it because that's extra. See, that was the revelation of extra game state. Okay, is this the correct leg? Oh no, this is his right leg, and I'm attacking his left leg, so it doesn't matter. His leg's broken. That's it for that turn. So we will draw and resolve 1 time card. Tactical shift, up to 2 hunters may move 1 node each. Actually, I meant to move him anyway to get him away but I'll put him. So that's where he moved with his free walk, and that's what you can do before or after the attack, and that's where he's moving from this. And they're going this way because I'm going to try to get out of this corner. So get rid of 1. Do I want to get rid of any of these? Overhead slam isn't great unless you've played other overhead slams, so that means I can draw back up 2 more. Brutal slash and overhead slam. I would have had 2 overhead slams in my hand if I had kept that. That's funny. It doesn't matter. I can't seem to ever get to the point where I can play more than 1 card. Maybe I should play a ration. No, because I didn't have a free slot. I would have to do 1 next time and not do anything else. It can get frustrating. You're trying to figure stuff out. It adds a extra puzzle aspect to it, but like in Primal, where you're trying to, you can go either way, like where you can squeeze out more play through the combos, like more cards, and you can just keep stacking them if you are clever enough. This one, it seems like you're mostly just trying to fight again, like to do what you want to do in the limited amount of space, rather than being able to fight to expand what you can do. You know what I'm saying? There are a few cards that let you do that, but it's not the same. Still, I mean, this is really good, and I like that it does have an aspect that you can really multiple aspects that you can really think over. That's just one comparison that I think is good to know. So yeah, I drew up. So now I got to flip my token and reduce the dial. Okay. I guess I'll do a round slash just so I can draw 3 cards. And remember, the side has 2 armor while he's under the snow, so 2 points damage. Things have really slowed down now. Hopefully he doesn't heal back up here sometime soon. Okay, so that is it. That's all I'm able to do. Let's get back something. Oh wait, I have to do this first. Brief Respite. You may discard 1 additional attack card from your stamina board. Thank goodness. Shield Bash is great. Chop. Okay. Now flip him back over. And 1 person is going to go. So who can do the most? So he can put a stun and draw 1 thing of damage with this one and still move back out because he can move in for free. Okay, so I'm going to go with this option. So tackle, he's going to move in. And right there, he can attack his side. He's going to draw 1 card. Doesn't matter. It's going to be 1 point unless it's... Yeah, it's going to be 1 point no matter what. With his icy armor, he's going to use his free move to jump back. And then that's it. Tactical shift. Up to 2 hunters may move 1 node each. I guess I got him pretty much positioned how I want. Okay, so I'm gonna ignore that. Gonna put my tackle back. Draw a card. Last card. Tackle. Okay, so turn this face down. And then... So I still have 1 left. I don't... I'm hoping I got that right and I'm not messing up here. Well, I'm going to start building some stun on him. So 2 reduced to 1. And stun token. Okay, it is... Let's get this settled. Running out of time. And discard 1 additional attack card from your stamina board. Thank goodness. So I'm going to discard those 2. And I'm going to draw 1. And turn them face up. That goes to 0. Okay, monster turn. Moves 3. And attacks forward and to the left. Need 4 to dodge it. So now he loses the armor and he gains ice on all of his attacks. This one already has ice. Once he's aggro, he seems to, or enraged, he seems to have ice anyway. One, two. Oh, no, I don't want to leave him there. There. Otherwise, he's going to be so close he's going to hit my great swordsman with the attack. 3. He's too far to hit the great swordsman with the attack by 1 node. And if I had gone here, then he would have been... I would have had to dodge with both. Okay, so now there's an attack, 4 dodge. I'm going to do a backstep dodge because I don't have anything good on the board to pick up anyway. I mean, I could pick up another backstep. And I guess this, let's see which one is better. Rush combo is a little bit better. Okay, so with those I dodged, and I can actually move 4 away now. Let's see what the next thing is. Okay, it's going to attack the farthest. Luckily with my mobility, I can get to the farthest without too much trouble. So I think I'll stay right where I am. Being able to attack without moving will allow me to then move back for free. So one other thing that the ice does is it makes the attack arc 360. And from the description here, it never loses the ice. I think the only way it can lose the ice is if it goes under the snow. So it trades now back and forth between armor and ice with a full 360 attack. Okay, so who is going to go first? We get 2 attacks. Like, do I bet that this moves far enough away that it can avoid hitting him? I just don't want to have to move him too far to get to the next attack. Okay, so he's going to move, I guess here. It just seems a little bit dangerous to move right here with all of his attacks being 360 especially. Okay, he's going to move there. And he's going to do 3 damage. Only 1 armor now on the flanks because it's not under the snow anymore. Okay, so I need to sharpen my weapon. Okay, I guess I'm going to do that next time. So maybe it doesn't matter if I'm far away. You know what? Now is the time then to draw an extra card. Oh, for 1. I didn't even have to. I was sorry. I used this token to one of the tracking tokens you get during the choose your own adventure portion. So it does 1 extra damage. Great. Okay. So now let's resolve a time card. Getting right to it. All hunters may dodge the avalanche. Each hunter that doesn't is moved 2 nodes towards the closest board and suffers ice. Each monster is moved 2 nodes towards the closest board edge without changing their facing. And then the monster gets a stun token, which leaves it fully stunned. So that's awesome. Everybody's already against the edge. So the only question is, do I bother dodging? He can't walk. He won't be able to walk if I don't try to dodge this. Okay, well, I'm going to dodge with him, not with him. He's not going to be able to walk. So this is just delightful. This is just burning through the clock. Okay. Should I do that? So he can attack, and then he'll be stuck. He loses his ghillie suit once he takes damage. Does he take damage from this? No, he just can't walk. Okay, I'm gonna attack, and I'm not going to dodge. So he can't walk. He can't walk. Monster is stunned. Each card for each face down. I can't quite do that because I could draw an extra one, but I need to sharpen. Oh my god, all 1s. So lost 1 to armor. So down to 10. That's the end of the hunter's turn. So okay, I need to resolve another time card. Poison cup. Do not need this. Come on. Yes. Great. Okay. So the monster goes. Wait, sorry. I need to draw back up. Need to get rid of 2 of these. Face down cards. Draw back up to 5. Flip that down. Okay. So monster's turn. Let's see what the monster decides to do. Okay, moves only 2. So it's a really good thing I didn't keep my Grey Swordsman there, because he would get hit by this attack for sure. Wait, okay, so 1. Like this? I guess so. I'm overthinking things at this point. I am lightheaded from not eating and talking too much. Okay, so now... Oh wait, that's backing up to... Oh dang. Okay, hold up. I just did that entirely wrong. This is a hard one because he can't back up, so I don't know exactly which direction he ends up going. He can't back up, so he's going to go like that, and then he turns to face and then backs up again? Because they turn to face after every time, and then he backs up, and then he shoots 2. So 1, 2. So he does have... Sword and Shield does have to dodge it for 4, which almost impossible. I can't remember. I think I should have put another thing there, but maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't matter because I can dodge it with these 2 and then my ghillie suit. Getting down to it, might as well take advantage of the ghillie suit. So one person gets to go 3 times. Why didn't I clear this off? I'm sorry, guys. This is total chaos. So now one person gets to go. One of these 2. There's no space here. Next one is going to be attacking the closest. So I actually do need to move him. So I'm going to attack with him. He's not going to be able to do the full 3 cards he's supposed to by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm stunning him, but I could stun him. But the problem is that there's no way for me to clear. Okay. This is ridiculous. I've got nothing left on either of them. Okay, so we're going to play a whetstone. And we're going to move him over here. Okay, now I get to see if I fall asleep. 3 times in a row. That's unbelievable. Remove one of these. Draw up. Nope, I'm already at 5. So I didn't play a card. I only played the whetstone. And so that's it. Okay, so only one of us got to go after that one. Now it is the monster's turn again. This is going to hurt. Okay, move forward 3. 1, 2. And remember, full 360 arc now, so I want to make sure to stay away, which is really annoying. And I have to spend 3, which I can't do, or take 9 damage. So that's just what I'm going to have to do. I have 4 armor, so I only take 5 damage. And this attack does have ice. Because of his little ice token. And that means that I can't walk. But that's okay because the next attack is on the closest. I do need to heal at some point. Okay, so here we go. We each get to take an attack. Wouldn't it be nice to kill him here? I'm going to use a kitty cat to heal up. So I can hopefully withstand another hit. I can't walk, so I'm going to stay where I am. Nitro Toad. Let's see if I explode. There's no way I avoid this one. Yeah. So My armor is reduced by 2 until the end of my next turn. That's bad. That's real bad. Each part on the monster has 1 fewer. Okay, so I'll cards. Okay, guard up is good. I can't play it before the next time I get hit, but it would be good. Yeah, because I'm frozen in place again. Like if I could... I can't use my walk action. I could have sprinted, but I didn't have any sprint to. Okay, so let's do the Great Sword. Definitely going to do 10 damage right here. Okay, Whetstone. Get to get my damage back. Okay, so I could play 3 cards. I get 1 free move. Can definitely want to tackle. Okay, armor's reduced by 1, so that's nice. Let's try to lay it on. Beautiful. 5 damage. He's down to 5. This is almost over. Please. Please don't heal back up. And tackle. 1 more for 1. Down to 4 damage, or 4 health. And stunned. So the next attack will be easy to dodge. Now I can move 1 to get away. And I'm going to, because I don't know what this tail attack is going to be. That is that. Now it is this monster. Well, let's do this. Sorry. Tactical shift. Up to 2 hunters may move 1 node each. Paralyze, like the electricity attacks. I need to get some weapons to do that, to keep the monster from moving at all. I think I'm gonna just leave him there. So yeah, so that's that. Let's get rid of one of these. And let's draw back up. This actually could be useful. Okay. It is the monster's turn. Moves forward by 4. 1, and he's going to get an armor back. 2, 3, 4. It's 1 action before. So it's got us, we get to act before and then after, because this is a huge attack. What I don't get is that we could just move away. I don't know what that means. That next attack, though, is very easy to dodge, so... Okay, move through snow. So the armor is back. The 360 is gone. So we're gonna do 2 cards. Oh, yes. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not gonna be attacking yet because they've got no damage left. So, okay, wait. So they moved there. Now I just need to dodge. I'm getting messed up. And it's just, I just need to use one to dodge. So can I kill him before? Now, if I come in with the Great Swordsman, I'm going to get hit because I'm not going to be able to move all the way like behind him without using a ton of space I don't have. So I dodged. Now I'm going to use the whetstone, and that is my turn. Threat shift. Back to the way that I like it. Now removing some of these. And this goes away. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's one action. Okay, so that was one action. Now there's the dodge. So then the dodge happened. And then we get 3 attacks between us. So Great Swordsman has to go first because he's exhausted. Sword and shield. So I'm gonna move over there, and we're just gonna try to finish this guy off. We are still within the same card, so don't have to draw one of those. Although I think I did. Okay, so I gotta see what the next card is going to be, so I know where to position myself after this. Okay, so I need whoever is furthest away, so I need to stay close. Okay, so jumping slash. It's going to break something. It's going to go with the right side. They have an extra thing of armor. So 1 point of damage, of course. Okay. Gonna run out of time. Threat shift. Like switching back and forth, it doesn't matter. And we got one more action. And it's gonna be the same thing. Okay, get to discard one. Gotta get some stuff that's gonna do some actual damage here. Now it's sword and shield's turn. Let's get rid of the whetstone. We get our stuff back. Gotta really lay it on the line here. Like there's no point in dodging anything. It's coming down to it. This, in case you went around freaking out, there's one more. If I go to draw a time card, so basically I draw a card with him, I attack with him, and then that's it. If I've done the 3 points damage, then I think that we can, but man, did this come down to it. Okay, so clearly I just need to do as much damage as possible. No holding back. Okay, so 1 point of damage because of that 2 armor from being encased in snow. One point of damage. It doesn't matter, yeah. And 1 point of damage. Yeah. Okay, that is it. Baba. Cordon. Oh my gosh. It came down to it. I had basically one more action because they had space for one action. And one action away from losing. Okay, guys. This has been a long playthrough. I know I'm slow, and I was talking a lot. This game can certainly go a lot faster if 1, you're a faster thinker, 2, you're not talking the whole time. But I hope this gave you a feel for this game. It is a lot of fun. It's got some puzzliness. It's got some brain burn. In that it rewards really looking at your options, but fast. It's not like Inferno brain burn, it's not brain melting. It's got some good crunchiness to it. You get to fight against your favorite Monster Hunter monsters. I really enjoy this game. I'll talk more about it in a short review that I plan to record here, and hopefully I will be getting it to you before the pledge manager closes. So that's it from me. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and remember to keep playing solo.